this is how we clean up our leaves. Now, some people might say, well, people have asked, how do you clean up all the leaves in spring and fall? Well, that's how I do it. And we use this guy. Now, I also got a blower that's a vacuum and it mulches it, but there's a lot of dumping, right? So here, we can put it on mulch, or we can put it on bag. So I'm going to use this like a vacuum cleaner. I think my battery's dead because I didn't plug it in. Forgot to plug it in. Yeah, so no big deal. You let go of the clutches and the handles, it stays running. Why use a rake, right? Sometimes if it don't take the grass in, you just got to take off your bag and just scoop out some, because the fan can't, or the blade can't blow it in. Once you do it, that's perfect. But it's fast.
It is.
It don't work good on pavement. It just blows it out from under it. But on grass, it's perfect. And what I usually go over the heavy stuff first. Then I'll go back and slow her down. I'll make the final cut, and that grass will come as clean as that. Now it's supposed to rain. Matter of fact, it's starting to rain. So we're going to try something that we bought last year. This is a little stump grinder. Now, there's a bit of a story behind this one. We were pulling in Princess Auto one Saturday morning, and we saw this out on the lawn for was regular $1,299, and it had $200 on it, brand new, never used. So I said, we got to let them know that's a mistake, right? So I went in and I said to one guy, "You got a stump grinder out on your lawn? You got it on for $200. So you better fix that. There's something wrong with it." And it was like I was almost interrupting him. "Well, you know, it's seasonal and we got to get rid of it." Right like that. Okay, so I said, took the tag out of it, and we bought it. Why we bought it, I have no idea.
Well, we were on to help them out.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, you can look at it. It's got the carbide teeth in the front. It's belted. Did you get a chance to see it? Yeah.
I think so. Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Look. Well, it's dusty because
That's right. It's stored.
well, stored, right? And we just had it running for the first time. Well, when we bought it, we got it running just for a few seconds. And last year we were building the shop. We never even had time to put gas treatment in it, or stable. So anyway, it seems to work okay. And how these work? These don't have a drive wheel. What you do is you put on your brake here, and it brakes that way. And you go back and forth over the stump. Now there's a little stump there. It's only a baby one, but it can cause a lot of damage to a mower blade. So we're going to see what it works like. It may be terrible. It might be perfect. It's got a Briggs & Stratton motor, a CR 950. It's 208 cc's. So we're kind of rushing this because it's picking rain. Hey, but at least it's not snow. So you're going to see how it's going to work. It's got a throttle lock here. So we're going to see. See how this is going to work. I've used them in the past, or we've used them in the past, as we've rented them.
That's right.
And they've been pretty good, right? Nice to have one out for a 3-point hitch, but we don't have any use for it. Well, we've had this over a year, the first time I'm trying it, so let's see what happens here, folks. Oh, I can see a couple of mods. This is a foolish thing. This would have to go or come up here, and it needs a kill switch up here because although that's on a clutch, when you give it gas, it's on a certificate clutch, so it keeps going crazy. So the kill switch got to come up here and throttle got to come up here. But hey, stump is gone, below grade. Can't hurt the blade. Can't hurt the blade on the mower. What think is that?
Excellent.
Yeah? A lot better than digging it up with a backhoe.
You got that right.
We tried to dig them up down with a backhoe, man. Make some mess.
It does. And what a big hole.
If you got a stump that big here, like we've had down there, and we went down with the backhoe, We were an hour digging it up, and the roots were coming up all around here, and all the grass was tore up, and it took 3 weeks for the grass to grow.
That's right.
By that time summer's over.
Exactly.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I was just thinking of something while you were doing that.
What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about down here when you did the leaves,
Yeah.
you used a Honda, a Still, and a Kubota, but no rake.
And a Briggs and Stratton.
Yes.
And no rake.
And no rake.
No. Now, some might say it was cheaper to get a rake, a pick, a shovel, and a rake. But I got allergies.
Terrible phobia.
Oh, I'm telling you, like, well, actually, my psychiatrist says I'm not even allowed to talk about it.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so, anyway, by some miracle, maybe that'll be grass this spring. Hey, but it worked.
Hey, that's perfect.
I've been trying to get time all summer to do that.
But you know, that's right. When the mower runs over that, that's terrible.
Well, I heard, I went over with the zero turn. I said, well, there's the stump gone, but not really.
No.
Just the top of it, right? So, folks, that's what we're doing. We're busy doing spring cleanup. We have the pond just about ready. The falls are still running, but the pump will soon be disconnected now, and the 4 air stones will go in, and then the cover will go on it. And this year we're going to have a Wi-Fi camera put in it, and that way we can see if the pumps are still working, the air stones, because before in the past that'll be full of snow. I have to come out and shovel it and look in and see.
That's right.
So this year we'll have a wireless one, or a Wi-Fi one, and we'll be able to check it right from our iPad. So, because we know somebody who let their dog out last winter and had a pond with air stones in it. They had their fish a long, long time.
That's right.
And the dog ate the air hose from the pump, and when the spring came, all the fish were gone.
Yeah, that's right.
They perished, right? So they need air, right? And of course, air keeps the pond open in places. Wherever there's an air stone, there's an area about that big around it. Even extreme cold weather, right? So that's it. What else?
Zip.
Yeah, zit, eh? Zit.
Zit.
Zit. So, folks, just a quick one. I don't know if we're going to be back before the U.S. people have their Thanksgiving. We already had ours, so happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next video. We'll try to get a few more done. It's just settling down for us. Last year, we started Specialty Repairs Custom Mods. Well, actually, a year and a half ago. So this time last year, the extension of the building was getting added on. And I mean, we were trying to keep orders going, and we were trying to keep stock up, and we were trying to keep carpenters in line, and cement guys in line, floor finishers in line, electricians in line, and plus a bunch of other things that we have to do in our daily duty. So what happened was, we never got any of our own maintenance done. Our little BX was put away with about that much mud on it. It was brown. It was there we had a lot of trouble getting clean, actually. We didn't get our vehicles, 3 vehicles. We never got any of them serviced. The Kubota was up last year for its 400-hour service. Now, we only put about 30 hours on it since then, but we never got that done. So, in the last couple of weeks, I'm happy to report that we've serviced everything.
That's right.
We're caught up on everything. We took a week off to do it, but it never really worked out for a week because we still had orders coming in. But it was just enough that we could get stuff done. So sometimes we work all day on our vehicles, and then we work in the nighttime on our orders. So, you know what? It all works out in the end. So hopefully this year, when I put this stuff away now, I can put stable in the fuel, and we won't have to worry about problems in the spring. So if you have a vehicle or a machine that you're laying up and has a battery, put up some kind of battery maintainer on it. I personally like battery tender. Make sure it's full floating one that'll cut off when it brings the battery up. The more you put into those things, the better you get. So you want to plug them in, and because last year I didn't have the Honda snowblower plugged in, and this, when we went to use it last winter, the battery was froze solid. See, again,
Yeah.
never had time to maintain it, right? So just a little tip for you. So we have the big Kubota down there, the 5740, So it looks like it's draining and holding all those leaves, so I better go dump them.
That's right.
Hey folks, happy Thanksgiving to our American neighbors, and have a great weekend, what's left of it, and we'll see you in the next video. You guys take care. God bless.